anyway, in the show, like I said, Laverne filled the American star spot of famous American songs, different kinds of things. Then, of course, I fit the bill for the Latin American act, in which I also sang. And then later on, Miss Finocchio said, okay, why don't you throw Judy? And then when Liza became famous for cabaret, I threw Liza into the act. So I would do Judy and Liza and my boy chick act. And then once in a while, I said, Mr. Finocchio, you want me to do a little bit of Gloria Swanson from the movie Sunset Boulevard so I can do a fancy monologue? She said, yes, I want my show to be very classy so you can do a dramatic part. Mm-hmm. So I would do dramatic parts in between the singing. You know, so, and then of course we had a puppeteer, dancers that did solo dances, and production numbers like the Copacabana and the Tarantella, very fancy productions. Mm-hmm. Opening productions, middle productions, and final productions with the dancers. And then the other acts, we were sandwiched in between them. And then many times, we were part of the finale, singing little pieces here and there for the finale.
Tell me about a little bit about the shows. Then you have different shows every night.
Carol Watts used to say, the MC, ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 completely different shows, and once you pay your admission charge, you can stay as long as you want to. And it's true, because each show, 4 shows a night, were completely different songs, different productions. Everything was different. So if you stay from 1 to, some people stay 3 shows, we never repeated any of the songs. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the things. And me and Laverne and myself, because we wanted to be extra hardworking, he said, I get bored doing the same songs every week. So he started throwing new songs, and I did too. Then toward the end, Finocchio says, David, the band is complaining. You're changing too many songs and they have to rehearse. Honey, just do the same thing over and over. I said, but Miss Finocchio, you don't want me to get stale. You want me to these are not cheap, these arrangements. And Laverne and I, we try to spruce up the show in case somebody does come back. I try to go to her psyche. Mm-hmm. If they come back another day during the week, instead of saying, oh, David did the song last week, it's a new, yes, you have a point, but dear, you know what I mean. We have to keep the musicians happy. I said, okay, fine. So sometimes you couldn't win. But anyway, I said to Laverne, all the money that we spent in arrangements, because people who lip sync to shows in those days, they buy a record, and if they do an impersonation of Cher or whoever, they, out of that record, there were 12 songs. You buy a record in those days for $5, and you can have an act going forever. In our case, those arrangements were like $160, $180 in those days for 4 pieces. So when you think about of all the arrangements we have, money-wise, it's just going like, and costumes, of course, and wigs and everything, but the arrangements, a lot of money in music, which a lot of people, when they lip sync to a recording, now they buy a CD.
And that's it.
And that's it. So we could have gotten cheap. I said to Laverne, but look how much money we wasted. I said, but on the other hand, it was wasted, but for a good reason, because at least we sang live, and we got a kick of that. So
that's wonderful. Anything else that you would like to say about this segment? Because we are going to be coming back like in a few weeks that way. You know more about the different things and great performances than David has been doing in his career. Would you like to say something to the audience?
Well, something to the audience, maybe a quick anecdote. For example, I was supposed to break a new Parisian medley, and Bill Bullard, we did a very fancy arrangement of different songs of Edith Piaf that went like es la luz de tu mirar la que me hace soñar con dichas infinitas, and then went to vamos a cantar que la vida es alegre y fugaz, nunca te dejes abatir, canta tu canción que el canto es amor y felicidad, la can, and more. So that night, particular night, I think we broke it into the third show. Although I was in the show, but we broke in the third show because we never did it before. I was afraid to do it in the first show. And of all things, a whole bus tour from France was there. People with berets. I said, oh my God, how convenient. I said to Carol, people will think we planned this, but this is not planned. So I'm doing, and as I do the song, they're so enthusiastic, the French people, and and I said to them, I'm sorry, I don't speak French, so I had to do the medley in Spanish, although I did sing a little bit in French in a cappella in one of the parts. Anyway, so after that performance, they were, oh, bravo, bravo. I'm going through the wings to go to the backstage to the dressing room, and an older gentleman with a cane and a beret says, excuse me, Mr. Alba, please stop. And he says, oh, Miss Piaf will be all smiles in heaven. She will be so happy with the tribute you gave to her. And I said, and also to Josephine Baker, because she used to sing those songs too in Paris. And he says, I said, may I ask you, sir, who you are? And he said, in a very modest way, I was one of the pianists that played for Miss Piaf in Paris. Oh, I said to Carol Wallace, oh my God, in those days we didn't have any cellular phones or anything, but we could have taken a picture like we used to do sometimes with a Polaroid camera, but we weren't ready for this because, so I said to Carol, we cannot buy this publicity to have, of all things, that day I break this song, Edith Piaf pianists there. So things like that are like a tattoo in my heart because there was no photograph taken, but it's very vivid, the memory, because I wasn't expecting it. And it's a surprise to this day.
And you have it in your heart, in
the mind.
Yes, wonderful. Then
So
see
thank
you
so
until
much.
the next time.
See you soon. God bless.